Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. This is the wrong thing. Good, it didn't go up on all my channels. Good. Very, very good. Had a little mishap there showing you my portfolio, but I didn't mean my portfolio to be shown. That is not a true figure of the money that I have access to. Anyway, I only have access to half of it, or a little less than half of my portfolio at this time, due to the Chapter 11 filings by one of the exchanges. So that's where I'm at. And I'm really good because I just bought the dip on Bitcoin and it just went up significantly after I purchased some. So that makes me feel good. Hey, Phil, how's it going? Let's turn the voices on. And let's find a different voice. Let's do, let's see what we got here at the top. Australia. Oh, let's maybe, Canadian. Let's do Canadian accented. We'll see what our Canadian accented voice sounds like. So, well, I'm so not interested in that.
AKA Trendy Orca. Good morning, Nay. By the way, congrats on nailing the DeSantis human trafficking case. You called that shit right.
Thank you, Sean, for saying that, buddy. Thank you. Yes, I did, didn't I? I called it exactly how it's unfolded, and I was ahead of everybody on it. I was on the 17th, and today's
Big
the 21st.
MERKA3. Hey, guys.
On the 17th, I was saying this is a human trafficking case. This is human trafficking. I don't know why no one else is saying the words. Because he trafficked humans and he did it illegally.
Sean, AKA Trendy Orca.
We nailed it.
You fucking nailed that motherfucker.
And now everybody in the news, in the media, the legal outlets, the pundits, the podcasters, everyone is saying that was human trafficking. But I was the first. I was the first. I called it human trafficking the day he did it. So you're watching the right podcast because I'm getting everything right. And that makes me feel good, man. I like getting stuff right, man. I like getting these, Nostradamus is in the house, baby. Calling it before it happens. I warned you about climate change way before you guys were feeling the effects of it. I warned you guys. Some of you listened. It saved some of your lives, some of your homes. It's great, man. You guys were prepared. It makes me proud, man. I love doing this show, and I love helping you guys out. And the people that come here and they listen to me, you guys deserve to get that information, man, because you come here day after day and you support. And if there's something that I give you that helps you, man, that just makes it that much better, So I got more banana trees planted and they're looking pretty. I did that yesterday. And
AKA Trendy
got a
Orca.
whole row of banana trees now.
I'm so mad at STF shitlib.
Look, let me explain something to you about shut the fuck up shitlib before you get too upset with him. I knew going in that he was a Trump supporter. Before I ever engaged him, before I ever mentioned him on my show, I saw his tweets and I engaged him in those tweets. And I said, dude, you're supporting Donald Trump. So understand, man, that is exactly where he is. And he doesn't even admit it to himself. He claims that he's got no problem with illegal immigration out of one side of his mouth. Out of the other side of his mouth, he defends Donald Trump, who is anti-immigration into this country. You can't have it both ways. Sorry, dude. Enjoy your suspension on Twitter, motherfucker. It sucks to be silenced. I don't agree with that. But I do agree with you being punished for trying to call someone out like me, over calling you out on your racism. Get over it.
AKA
why
Trendy
don't you make an expose on your own self?
He's in the mega closet, LOL.
You could do an expose and show all of your pro-Trump tweets and then try to claim that you don't support Donald Trump at the end of the video somehow. Go ahead. Shut the fuck up, shitlib. Make a video like that, bro. Expose yourself to all of your followers. Just so everybody can see, I'm sure this whole MAGA, communism MAGA thing, you guys know about the communism MAGA thing that's going on. I'm I'm sure that falls right into exactly where shut the fuck up shit lip is politically. You know, he wants to be a MAGA, and at the same time, he wants to be a fucking, you know, call himself a communist, whatever. Neither of them makes sense to me. So the only thing that makes sense is the two groups getting together. Why? They don't represent the same things.
AKA
I'll tell you
Trendy
why.
Orca. I learned from my ignorance by tuning into Nay's Garden.
Because if you call yourself a communist, to me, you seem pretty stupid. If you call yourself a MAGA, you're pretty fucking stupid. So these two groups getting together doesn't surprise me at all. They're composed of morons, of idiots. Yeah, I'm a communist. Yeah, China, Republic China. Yeah, Communist Republic of China. Yeah, oh yeah, Russian communism. Yeah, oh yeah, Russia. Yeah, you know, and you're like, no, that's the exact reason to not like them. Their political system sucks. Communism sucks. You know, but go stand in a fucking bread line and go drive the same car that everybody else has and have no individuality, wear the same drab clothes, and go work at the same boring fucking job that the government tells you that you're qualified to work at. You know, have no fucking freedoms. And these motherfuckers that say they want communism, I say, go live under communism for 1 month anywhere in the world. You can even do it at home. But just have somebody else, you know, tell you where you're going to work, give you your allotted food, give you the gray clothing that you're allowed to wear. You can't have bright yellow shoes, bro. I got news for you. Can't walk around with those fucking Nikes on anymore, bro. Doesn't fit into the communist regime's plan. And all these motherfuckers that think they're going to take communism and turn it into something different, it doesn't work that way. You know, you're going to either have it all or you're not going to have any of it. And the same goes with these MAGA morons. You know, they're just as stupid. So the fact that they're getting together, just ignore them. You know who's going to talk about this now? Jimmy Dore. He's going to cover it. It's perfect. That's a perfect topic for Jimmy Dore. Perfect topic.
Morning.
Communists and fucking MAGAs getting together. Hey, Billy. No law regarding cannabis. I think communists and MAGAs should get together and expose each other for what they really are. You know? You're lazy, and you guys are racists. You know, the racists can call lazy people lazy, and the lazy people can call the racist people racists.
Billy B.
They should just call themselves the lazy racists instead of MAGA freaking communists. Just call yourself lazy racists. That's a better name, and it's much more accurate. No law regarding cannabis. It's 4:20 in Newfoundland. Time to smoke. Cheers.
Cheers. Mastah 54. Le Peter Guitar Jam.
Moo!
Moo.
I will check the Discord again. Moo! There he is. Hey, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do hear you.
How is the sound?
Sound is perfect.
Okay, cool. I had some issues getting my microphone to work. So.
Oh my god, it sounds perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, I think it was because on the back side I have one of those small USB-C sticks, and on my old laptop I had an adapter where I ran my mouse and the microphone from my PA into that USB-C. But if I do it on this new laptop, it kind of makes the microphone sound real bad.
Heard you mention Nostradamus. He died in prison of gout. He healed plague yet didn't know he was eating himself to death. Gout turned edema. Now he's buried under a restaurant in Ceylon.
Okay, Billy. Cyber, so you got your new PC, bro?
I do, man.
Tell us all about it, man.
Well, it's fucking awesome, bro. I fucking tell you, man. I set it up all day yesterday, and it's all set up now. It's fucking awesome, bro.
Oh,
I fucking tell you, man. It had something. My old it was called Acer Nitro. It had something called Nitro Sense, where I could control the fan speed and the temperature and all that shit. This one also had this. It's just called Predator Sense because it's a predator.
nice.
But it has something called mode where I can go in under there. And then they have a mode called quiet where it keep the PC as quiet as possible for meetings and e-learning and shit like that.
Nice.
Then they have something called default where it's for everyday use, word processing, watching YouTube and shit like that. Then you have something for extreme, for gaming, where it overclocks the CPU and GPU with throttle fan speed. And then it has something called turbo, where it unleashes everything, maximum overclocking and maximum fan speed.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Killer, bro.
And I haven't even used that yet. I tried a few games yesterday, and it fucking runs everything beautiful, man, with ray tracing on, highest fucking settings.
Oh
It's
my god.
awesome, bro.
Oh my god. That is awesome. I'm happy for
It
you,
is
bro.
fucking awesome. Thanks, bro.
Sean,
Thanks.
aka Trendy Orca. Cheers, nay, you speaketh the truth as always, sire. I, your humble orca, do appreciate all you say and do. Billy Ballantyne.
Thanks, Sean.
I want my computer to have loud mode, where it hits cymbals and blows horns for the hell of it.
I want my computer to have loud mode. That's for like when my mom's over there yelling at my dad. Loud mode. Mm-hmm.
Now I can have you up on big screen on my second laptop.
Oh, yeah.
So now I don't watch you on my Android. I saw you just smoked, but I haven't smoked.
Governor
yet.
DeSantis is sending immigrants, they're not illegal, who are seeking asylum. He's sending them to sanctuary cities that said they were sanctuaries, and they wouldn't kick out, they would welcome immigrants. A lot of people would say that sounds logical. Oh, you guys are sanctuary cities? You're saying you want immigrants? We're going to send you some because we have way too many. That's what the border states have been saying, right? So it's pretty easy to talk tough about being open to immigrants when you know you're never going to have to face that problem. And then the southern governors are making them face that problem. And here is the head of the homeless.
It's almost like
Martha's
it's
Vineyard.
like Jimmy Dore really appreciates what Ron DeSantis is doing here. You guys get that?
Sean, aka Trendy Orca.
Look, when you're
Congrats
dropping
to Cyber Reload.
off of Sanctuary City that is trying to offer their assistance to these people, Jimmy rubs it in their faces, and yet when you have something like somebody like Ron DeSantis sending these people against their will, obviously, to another state, and then you have Jimmy Dore
My Peter Guitar Jam. THX a ton, Sean.
laughing about it, praising the activity like it's some kind of, like he's commending him. Did you guys catch that? Here, listen to Jimmy's attitude here. Let me move the chat off his face so you can see it's like he's commending Ron DeSantis here. I really want you to see this.
Say that sounds logical. Oh, you guys are sanctuary cities? You're saying you want immigrants? We're going to send you some because we have way too many. That's what the border states have been saying. Right? So it's pretty easy to talk tough about being open to immigrants when you know you're never going to have to face that problem. And then the southern governors are making them face that problem.
Look, I think every state in the United States of America has leadership in it right now that is more than aware of the fact that immigration is increasing every day, numbers are going up, and that all states will soon be dealing with immigration. All states, right in the middle of the goddamn breadbasket of the country. I guarantee you, Wisconsin, all these countries, they're going to have immigrants everywhere, okay? It's not just on the border, okay? It's not just for border states anymore. So for Jimmy to sit there and act like these states, are being caught off guard or something is silly. And it's not true. We're all aware of what's going on. We know that climate change is coming, and we know that people are coming in.
Billy Ballantyne. Jimmy will kiss the proper ass. He's the dude in high school that laughs when I make fun but then tells the teacher what I said behind my back. Now he has me, the fat kid, and the teacher on his side. Fucking weasel.
Isn't it weird?
Kushkash 1212. Where was the outrage when Biden flew immigrants all over the country when he first took office?
Kushkash, I don't know what you're talking about. So explain that. What did Biden do with immigrants flying them? I have no idea. Let me know about that. This is the first I've heard of it. Maybe that's one of the problems, is I have no idea what you're talking about.
And here is the head of the homeless outreach in Martha's Vineyard. This is what she had to say about they were sent 50 to one of the richest neighborhoods
Kushkash
in the
1212.
world. There are
Google
empty rental places littering Martha's Vineyard right now, and Barack Obama.
No, I'm not going to Google it. I'm not going to give a fuck about it. If you're not going to talk to me in my chat and tell me what it is, I'm not going to talk about it. I guess it didn't happen.
Obama has at
According
least
to you.
what,
Nick
48
Brown.
Google
acres
it.
or something like that?
Cheers.
It's 48 acres, I think. Barack Obama is directly responsible for a lot of these immigrants being here. Why doesn't he take some? Well, here's what the homeless director said.
The difficult challenges are we have at some point in time they have to move from here to somewhere else, right?
At some point in time, they have to leave and go somewhere else. All right. She sounds like, you know what she sounds like? She sounds like a governor of Texas. She sounds like a governor of Florida. They gotta leave. We can't watch.
We don't have the services to take care of 50 immigrants.
We don't, and where are we going to get the money? Where are we going to find resources? Oh, it's the richest fucking people on the face of the planet.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore. The town has 17,000 people that live in there year round. Okay? They don't have the capacity for something like this. They're not set up for it. They're set up for a town of 17,000 people. And dude, you've probably played in theaters that hold more than 17,000 people. So, you act like they're supposed to be all set up and ready for this.
Retwitters for Red Trend is how show
where
for the
this
masses.
woman is just being completely honest with you, Jimmy, and she's saying, we're not set up for this because we weren't expecting it. We weren't expecting some douchebag like Ron DeSantis to load up a bunch of people and ship them to our state. We weren't ready for that. Next time they probably will be ready for it. But, and they do have plenty of money, and I'm sure they will set up the facilities that they need. I wouldn't be surprised if they pass legislation to do that over there. Because, they're a sanctuary city and they care. What they did do was they gave those immigrants a chance, and they sent them someplace where they would be better taken care of. Let's see if you cover that.
Where are we going to get resources to help these people? I don't know if the president lives around the corner on a 48-acre estate, and he's worth $80 million. Why don't you ask him?
That's what's wrong with America.
You don't think he has some connections in
Everyone
government
wants
that
to
can
just
maybe
listen
get
to
you
one
guys?
side of the story and has their opinions based on that one side of the story. SMH not like this, not like this.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with America, Kush. It's people that make claims and shit in chat rooms and are too lazy to just tell you what the fuck they're talking about. That's what I'm looking at.
Some resources because you're
shaking
a sanctuary city to take care of these kids, or no? Here we go. I'll start it from the top.
The difficult challenges are we have at some point in time they have to move from here to somewhere else.
Some point.
Okay, so Phil has chimed in to do your fucking job since you're too fucking lazy to tell me in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In 13 words, you lazy
Kushkash
fuck.
1212. I've done my homework. Your turn.
No, dude, you don't get to talk to me like that. Go fuck off. Get out of it. Now you're blocked. Fuck off. It's what Phil said, I'll address. Phil said Biden was flying and busing to eastern states. It was not against their will. Sounds like he was trying to help some people out with their consent, not shipping them off to some place that wasn't ready for them. Maybe, he had planned ahead, called ahead. People were ready to accept those people. I'm just guessing it was Joe Biden. So you could take your stupid stupid narrative, your right-wing narrative that Jimmy's got and Shut the Fuck Up Shitlib's got and Jackson Hinkle's got and all those little fucks have. All the little right-wing wannabe right-wingers have. And you could shove it up your fucking little cunt, bitch. All right, moving on.
We don't have the services to take care of 50 immigrants, and we certainly don't have housing. We're in a housing crisis as we are on this island.
Did you hear that? It's just an island, and they don't have the fucking facilities to handle all those people, which is understandable since, year round they only have 17,000 residents. They're not set up for that.
Billy Ballantyne. God damn it.
But
Phil.
look
Mustard Tiger.
Look at, I don't even know what that means. Look at Jimmy Dore's reaction.
Housing crisis. There's a housing crisis.
It's a mansion crisis.
That's called a mansion crisis. That's not a housing crisis.
Jeez.
Jimmy, winter's about to start. They're going to have to move their yachts and their sailboats back up on shore. There's not going to be any room.
Where are they going to put all those 50 people?
Yeah.
50 people. They had to immediately put on a bus and get them out of town. They were even there 48 hours. They had to get those people out of town. They're a sanctuary city.
And so that we can't house everyone here that lives here and works here.
We can't house everyone that lives here and works here. What? Where are they living? You have a homeless problem in Martha's Vineyard? Is that what you're telling me? Really? You guys have a homeless problem in Martha's Vineyard? There's not enough homes for the people who live and work there? They immediately start sounding
Billy
like right wingers. Immediately.
I wonder
A
what.
mustard tiger is
immediately
a
they
guy wearing
sound-
a tiger shirt that has mustard stains.
Oh,
Yep.
I wonder.
Mustard tiger.
I wonder what. I like the way he says it. I like the way the guy,
Billy
the spokes guy,
Valentine.
says it.
Is that Jack Unhinkle talking?
He's just on Jimmy's. He was on Jimmy's show just now. He's on Jimmy's
Phil.
show on this clip.
Obviously, that guy's research must have been conducted via Common Core.
Okay.
Nay's Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nay's Garden, at Nay's Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter. Christoph 54. Nays good bay me Dr. Malad Rhinotrashiite. See you soon.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I just had a little moment there. Let me just keep going.
Republican governor immediately. All it took was 50. There are thousands
Megzy
pouring
Williams.
in every day. 50
Hey,
of them.
Nay.
That's all it took for her to turn into fucking Ronda.
Dude, it's Martha's Vineyard, dude. It's like a goddamn tourist attraction.
Christoph 54.
It's not like fucking San
5 by
Francisco or Orlando,
Phil.
Florida, you know.
Nice
or,
try, Billy.
Or
I'm wearing my
freaking,
Pink Floyd shirt
St.
and no
Louis,
mustard.
Missouri, bro. You're talking about Martha's Vineyard, 25, year-round population, 17,000 people, Jimmy. You're talking about a rock concert of people. You know, it's like it's for some reason him and Jackson Hinkle and the miserable lib over there and their producer, the four of these people, for some reason can't seem to come up with this one fact that Martha's Vineyard is tiny, man. It's a fucking island. This is crazy.
DeSantis. That's all it took.
I got to do a bong rip, dude. This is just, this right-wing narrative is crazy. And
I think this
narrative after narrative after narrative, point after point after point after point after right-wing point, Jimmy Dore. You make a lot of them. You make a lot of right-wing points,
You're the ones who said that you welcome them. You're the one who ran around for years talking about how you welcome them, and you put signs on your lawn saying immigrants are welcome. And you said you're sanctuary cities. And so now they're angry that they're saying that Ron DeSantis tricked people into sending immigrants to a sanctuary city
Hashtag cheers.
where they won't ever be deported. That doesn't make logical
Fly
sense.
Guy 1974.
Here we go.
Spreading the love.
Told there was a surprise
I
present
love it.
for them, and that there would be jobs and housing awaiting for them when they arrived.
Billy Ballantyne.
This was obviously a sadistic lie.
Oh, I got jokes.
Not only did
Phil.
those responsible for this stunt
Mustard
know
Tiger.
that there was no housing and no employment
It's from
awaiting
Trailer
the
Park
migrants,
Boys.
they also very intentionally
They call
chose
Phil Collins
not
the
to call
cause he
ahead
never
to
changes
any
his dirty
single
tiger
office authority
shirt.
on Martha's Vineyard so that
Fucking
even the most
Mustard
basic
Tiger.
human needs arrangements could be
Don't
made.
mind me.
Ensuring that no help awaited the migrants at all was the entire point.
Le Peter Guitar Jam. Dirty Burgers.
I think he should have given them I'd appreciate a heads up, but AOC says it's appalling that far-right politicians seem to have decided that fall before an election is their regularly scheduled
Immoditus.
time to commit crimes against
What's
humanity
up,
and
everybody?
refugees.
Just received the notifications.
Don't normalize this. Lying to and trafficking people for TV and clicks isn't politics as usual. It's abuse. Well, according to Matthew Culkin, who's an immigration lawyer, they're all full of shit, those people. According to him, he says, I've won multiple awards for providing pro bono representation to immigrants, including being recognized by the New York Law Journal as a lawyer who leads by example. Spare me your righteous indignation about immigrants sent to liberal sanctuaries where they won't be deported. So that's him saying that. And now let's bring on Charlemagne from Comedy Central. Let's see how he feels about this.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis upped the game by sending 2 planefuls of immigrants to the East Coast, elite's favorite vacation island, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. I personally think it's genius.
He said he thinks it's genius. What else did he say?
But I wish that governors like Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott would give Democratic governors and mayors more of a heads up, because then that would expose the hypocrisy of the Democrats, which is they don't want immigrants here either.
My God.
They don't want immigrants here either. The Democrats, he's right. That's why this is all bullshit. The Democrats are just as big immigrant haters as the Republicans. Barack Obama deported more Hispanics than Donald Trump. Barack Obama and Joe Biden built those cages. And I follow Memeology on YouTube. They've been putting together these things.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this.
So you're struggling to process the 2,500 migrants sent to you from Texas.
So this is the mayor of New York City, Mayor Eric Adams, and he got 2,500 immigrants sent to New York
Fly
State,
Guy
Sanctuary City,
1974.
New York City.
Meanwhile,
Hypocrisy
the El
overload.
Paso sector of the border sees an average of 1,700 migrants crossing every single day. A record 1.9 million
Billy
migrants
Ballantyne.
have been apprehended on the southwest border
That
this
bald
fiscal
dude
year
looks like
alone.
a G.I. Joe
Even
doll.
if you think what these governors
I'll
are
call
doing
him
is
Dome.
horrific,
Part of
it
Cobra.
seems like you agree this
His
is a
eyebrows have
crisis that
powers.
needs more attention from the Biden administration.
No, I believe it's a crisis that needs more coordination from our country.
Oh, so it's the country's problem.
Oh my God.
It's it's not my boss's problem.
Oh my God.
It's the country. It's the country's problem. It's not Joe Biden's problem. The guy who was vice president for 8 years when they caused all this problem, when they did the Honduras coup in 2009, that's on him. By the way, I'm getting, I guess
Billy
Martha's
Ballantyne.
Vineyard isn't officially a
He
sanctuary
looks like
city.
God gave him someone else's mouth.
And Massachusetts not a sanctuary state, but Boston's a sanctuary city, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Check and let's see if New York is also. So there he is. So Memeology caught that. He's like, no, it's not. It's the country. It's the this. It's the that. But when Southern governors were screaming about this problem and asking for help and all that stuff, you're just like, oh, you guys are racist. Now you guys get them sent to your city, and oh, it's everybody's problem. Here it is in
Yes,
Chicago.
Boston.
Boston is a sanctuary city.
Cambridge, Chelsea, Concord, Newton.
Okay, so that's why I got to miss. So that's why so Boston is a sanctuary city, and all those cities around Boston are sanctuary cities, but not Martha's Vineyard. Isn't that interesting? Barack Obama doesn't live in a sanctuary city. Chicago. It says Chicago's welcoming city ordinance prohibits cooperation in immigration enforcement. See? The city successfully sued, so they don't participate in getting rid of immigrants in Chicago. That's what they're saying. That's the Department of Law, City of Chicago Department of Law, letting you know that they're not going to participate in deporting immigrants. Here's the mayor. The radical politician will proudly make sure that Chicago remains a welcoming sanctuary city for all the hardworking immigrants and refugees who have made our city one of the best. Turns out, breaking, migrants bust in from Texas to Chicago. She says this is a national problem and needs a national solution. Cities and states cannot be left to fend for ourselves. There's more to this. Hang on. This is the mayor of Chicago. After she said that she's a radical politician and she will proudly make sure Chicago remains a welcoming sanctuary city. Then they sent her some immigrants, and what is she saying now?
The federal government has to step up. I was in Washington, D.C. last week, talking to members of Customs and Border Patrol, National FEMA, ICE, and DHS. And we made it very clear, I made it very clear, that our expectation is that they were going to have a plan that features communication and collaboration with interior cities. And they must do that. And it must.
So she's upset. The federal government's got to do something. They got to do something. They got to have a plan. She doesn't have a plan. She's a sanctuary city. She doesn't have a plan. What's your plan, sanctuary city? She doesn't have a plan. You know what her plan was? She shipped them out of the city in a bus and didn't tell them. You think I'm kidding? Chicago welcomes Texas migrants, then sends them to Burr Ridge. That's a suburb of Chicago by my old house. WGN investigation has learned that several dozen of the migrants Texas Governor Greg Abbott sent to Chicago have now been relocated to a hotel in the suburbs without advance warning to the local mayor.
And also the local mayor asked Lightfoot whether or not these, because, you know, they haven't been granted political asylum yet. They have applied for political asylum, but that's like a 4-year process because the courts are so backed up.
This is genius.
So the mayor of Burr Ridge asked Lightfoot whether or not these migrants have, you know, had any sort of criminal background checks or any, you know, health checks prior. And of course, the answer was no.
Fly Guy 1974.
And, you know, at the end of the day, it's like
Spread
I get
the
it.
love.
I get what Abbott and DeSantis they're doing here. But I think it also kind of shows their virtue signaling on this issue. If they believe that every migrant is like violent and extremist, rapist, whatever, then why would they be sending them further deeper into the interior in the suburbs? You know, I think it shows a little bit of their hyperbolic statements on the matter as well.
I don't. This is not how I would have handled the problem if I was DeSantis or Abbott. But the real problem, we're going to get to this in a second, is that they never talk about the real problem. And what's the real problem? The real problem is, I'll tell you in just a second, because first I have one more thing. Here's the mayor of D.C. She says D.C. values our dreamers and our immigrant communities and will continue to find sanctuary in our city. So then they sent some immigrants to that city. And what is she saying?
We're not a border town. We don't have an infrastructure to handle this type of a level of immigration to our city. But we'll create a new normal here in our infrastructure and have a humane welcome for people and an efficient service provision. But we don't have the ability. We're not Texas. We're not a border town.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
That was very funny. So here, and this idea that somehow DeSantis and Abbott are worse than Joe Biden. The U.S. has removed over 6,000 Haitian asylum seekers from their border in Del Rio. It's planning 6 deportation flights on Tuesday, denying many of the legal right to asylum. They're using the Trump-era policy. They pretended that they were going to get, and then Glenn Greenwald caught it. Compare all the poetic and melodramatic condemnations which Democrats issued about the treatment of migrants during the Trump years to their conduct now. How dumb do you have to be to keep falling for their simplistic frauds?
I want to know
The
what's
Democrats
up
are
with the bald
frauds
woman.
on immigration.
So weird
Yeah.
looking.
And you want to
What
know
the
how?
hell?
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace, as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
A nation of immigrants.
So spare me. There's Bill Clinton getting votes, demonizing the least amongst
Happy
us,
420,
pretending
everybody.
that somehow
No law
jobs
regarding
are being
cannabis
taken
here.
away by immigrants instead of what's really happening.
Billy
A capitalist
Valentine.
has found someone who's
I'm a border
actually more
guard.
desperate than an
I
American,
work from home,
and they're
though.
they're
Sit
exploiting
here.
them more.
Stop.
That's
No.
what's happening.
Okay, come on in.
But Bill Clinton wanted you to be.
Cannabis heals. How long has these people been coming in and no one has a plan? Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Failing leadership everywhere.
God damn it. So my father's just had an episode. He's not doing very well, guys.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear.
Thank you, Cyber. It's just nice that I can be here with him at this time, you know, instead of being all the way out in California, and my mom would not be calling me and telling me what's going on with him.
Absolutely.
So
Billy Valentine.
so glad that I'm here right now.
Shit.
I said my mom is sick, and I know why she's sick. You know, she's sick because he's sick.
Of course.
Nick Brown. Damn man.
Yeah.
Hate to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
Much love, bro.
Thanks, guys.
Phil. Sorry to hear that, nay.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Big
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
MERK83.
you.
In the voice of Biden, quote, they got these things down in Arizona called cattle guards. They should just recruit some of the cattle guards to the border patrol. That'll solve the problem. Cannabis heals. Sorry to hear that. Hope they feel better.
Thanks, bro. I'm not right now. I'm kind of worried about my mom. She had to go lay down, but I think I heard her voice.
Big MERK83. Get well better soon, mom. Much love. Adam Floyd. Keep your head up. Hope everything gets better with them. Sorry, I've been Mia for a long time. Billy Valentine. Ha ha ha. A cattle guard is a slotted grate in the road that cattle can't walk on. Guess who can walk on it? Migrants. Josh G. You tuning in for the show?
Oh man, what a job, huh? What a job. And my girlfriend, she's a nurse's assistant, man, and she is right there taking care of my father, man, you know. So so I planted these banana trees in the backyard.
Sean,
And
aka Trendy Orca.
I'm very excited about
Admitting
them.
you're not set up for a bunch of people isn't being right-wing, it's being honest about the situation.
Right, Sean. They're an island for 17,000 people there year round now. During the tourist season, it gets up to about 250,000 people that they can house there. But you know, this place is not set up to take care of those people. It's set up for people to come vacation. And there's a bunch of empty homes, sure, and it's set up for people to come in. They bring their groceries in there, you know, and they set up the fridge and they come in for a couple of weeks and then they're gone. And then they lock up the homes. You know, those people own those homes, or most of them probably own those homes. Some people own them, somebody else owns them and rents them to those other people that come in vacation in them. You know, those are businesses, and that's how it's set up. And they weren't like, hey man, let's also set up you know,
right.
a housing
Everyone
place for immigration. Let's do that too. You know, no one thought that one up. And the fact that dumbass, listen to this, the fact that Ron DeSantis did that only is going to point out to all these sanctuary cities that, hey, yeah, let's beef up our facilities so we can be ready for the immigrants as they are going to be coming in now. You know, to all states, like I said before, it's going to be all states, and everybody should know this. It's just, you don't send them to Disney World. You know, if you're sending immigrants to freaking Orlando, you don't send them to freaking Disney World.
Texas is ready for 250,000 plus migrants.
Is Texas ready for 250,000 plus? Texas? Yeah, I'm sure they are, man. Texas deals with this all the time. Oh. I do not know. Have a fun search. No. Those cabinets are fun to open. You got to press on them, pull on them, whisper the code. I don't know. Have fun with that. I don't know where the soup is. Hey, where's the soup? I don't know. Yeah, man. So, yeah, Texas is better set up for 250,000 migrants than you know, Martha's Vineyard. That's for sure. But this ends up blowing up in DeSantis' face in yet another way, because now sanctuary cities are going to be more prepared for immigrants and more willing to take people in. Now that they see what immigrants have to deal with, that's going to give more sympathy to the movement. You watch. This is all going to work against the Republicans. It's all going to work against Ron DeSantis. I guarantee you. And if it doesn't, then it is a complete failure of right-wing humanity. It is a failure on their part. And that shit ain't on me. You know, but if they want to go out looking like that after their families immigrated here, just like, who was it that said that?
Guy 1974.
Bill Clinton?
Dentist for president.
We're a nation of immigrants. He said we're a nation of immigrants and we need to make sure the immigration laws are written correctly. You know,
Guy 1974.
What immigration laws did you have to go through when your
brilliant.
fucking shit family came into the United States, Bill Clinton? You know, when your family immigrated here, you know, I'm just kind of wondering, what were the regulations that they had to go through? You know, or were they welcomed here? Fly Guy says DeSantis for president. Shit's brilliant. That doesn't even make sense. You're just a racist, Fly Guy. You just hate immigrants. And hey, Fly Guy, how did your family get in the United States? Let's just start with a simple question. And I'm not going to give you a lot of time to answer. So, Fly Guy 1974.
Fly Guy 1974.
Oh, that's your answer?
LMAO.
Is that your final answer?
Billy Ballantyne. I thought that's what made America the promised land.
Is that
all
the
cultures equals all skills?
Right, they immigrated. They the
Fly
proper
Guy
way. They immigrated into the
1974.
country, right? They
The
got here
proper way.
somehow. They got here on
Nick
a boat.
Brown.
They take a
Hashtag
boat
Block Party Week.
and they showed up here.
Nay's Garden.
Huh. Just like the 50
Download
immigrants
Twitter
who
or
are all
visit
waiting for
twitter.com
their
and search at Nay's Garden, at
to
Nay's
get all
Garden Show,
their
at
licensing
Truthy
and everything
News
that
for
they're
the
doing
full
too.
podcast
Just like those
experience.
people.
YouTube channel at Truthy News on Twitter.
So how would
Nick
you
Brown.
have felt if when your family
Insensitive PR,
arrived here
CK Fly
the
Guy.
legal way, if they were shipped off to an island that wasn't ready to handle them? How would you have felt about
Fly
that?
Guy 1974.
Oh no,
The proper
no,
way.
not the proper way.
Not like this BS.
No. However you get
Billy
here is how you
Ballantyne.
fucking get here. That's the proper
Fly Guy's
way.
a dumbass.
You get your ass to America.
He
You
suggested
get
to
inside
use
the
cattle
border.
guards to
You
persuade border jumpers.
file for residency
yeah.
here. You know, that is what you do. So you just saying the proper way means it was proper, it was okay for your family, but another family, they're following the laws too, motherfucker. They got here just like your family did.
Fly Guy 1974.
Of the college bailout,
Kinda reminds
you're
me of
probably
the college
supporting
bailout.
that as well.
You're probably
Dude,
supporting that as
education
well.
is free in most fucking countries, bro. Why shouldn't
Fly
it be
Guy
free in the United States of
1974.
America, you idiot? This isn't what
Cheating.
we're talking about. Okay, so look, I'm just going to block you because I'm not here to argue point for point with you about things that don't have anything to do with
Fly
what
Guy
we're talking about.
1974.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking
A lot of
right winger. Go vote for Ron DeSantis. You're one of the fucking racists out there. I'm not going to try to convince you. Are you kidding me? Go fuck off. I don't want you here.
Yes, ma'am.
Bottom of the hour. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers.
Yes.
Megzy Williams. Hashtag cheers. Hashtag NLRC.
Megsy, no law regarding cannabis.
Big MERK83. Chose. Billy Ballantyne.
What'd you choose?
Fly Guy, the education you're getting is free. I bet he eats the shit out of Chipotle.
He can't say
Big
Chipotle.
MERK83. I'm going to go out to the work truck for a quick puff to join y'all.
Okay.
Nick Brown. Cheers, guys. Hey, Cyber.
Hey, Nick. What's up? A what?
A key and a chain.
A what?
Like a key to put on a chain.
Le Peter Guitar Jam. Hey, Nick.
He used to want to stick with a Haitian custom on your father in order to help him stop violence. So apparently it's a necklace that has a key on it that put on yours. And in Haiti, that's supposed to.
Billy Ballantyne. I wonder how much Fly Guy paid to graduate from middle school. Ha ha ha.
Get a key out of the right under the TV set. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, man. Serious shit, man. So, Yeah, I'm not here to debate anybody. I mean, I already know where I'm at, and I see where you're at. I'm not here to fucking argue about it. You want to sit here and say, ha ha. We're talking about people's lives here. And like I said, that guy's family got here just like all these other people got here. That's how that guy's family got here. You know, however the fuck you got here, that's how you got here. You arrived, and whatever happened before that doesn't fucking matter. You arrived, you got in, you applied for citizenship. That's exactly what these people have done. They've got to go to courts and go sign shit and pay money and shit. I wonder how much money your fucking shit family had to pay to get in here so you could stand here and fucking point your finger at other immigrants coming in after your fucking precious fucking family of cunts came into this fucking, you know, this country. And I guess that's why they call it a country, because you're a bunch of fucking cunts that immigrated into it, right? So now they call it a country. It makes perfect sense. Now I understand where the word country comes from. Full of fucking dumb cunts like Fly Guy. Whatever that guy's name.
That is fucking funny, man.
Boom.
Nick Brown. Hashtag country.
Hashtag country. CUNTRY. I love it. Country. That's why they call it a country, because it's full of a bunch of dumb cunts like you. Did you hear what I said there? I made a joke. Hey, it's around the word. Listen to that. Around the word country. Hey.
Big MERK83. Back.
They call it country because it's full of a bunch of fucking cunts like Jackson Hinkle. Oh, I love it. Oh, God. Fuck him and his perfect six-pack, motherfucker. How do you cut the fat?
Big MERK83. United States of Counties.
Okay. I'm sorry I got distracted on that last one. I wanted to get into that with y'all, and I'm sure
counties.
I'm sure there was a lot said on that Jimmy Dore video that I could have probably refuted, and I wasn't here to do it. So you guys basically got one side of it. And understand that I don't support that
Big
narrative.
MERK83.
I don't support that narrative
Damn
at all.
autocorrect.
Let's see what this is. Joe Rogan and Andrew Schulz expose
Big
woke
MERK83.
culture. So these people obviously don't understand
Billy
what
Valentine.
woke is, the definition of woke. But
I'm proud to say my great-great-great-grandfather landed at Ellis Island fleeing King Edward's tyranny in Scotland. We've been American ever since.
You can't dine outside, and I'm looking at fucking Skeletor telling me this. You're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind.
But that's the problem, is that the second that you agree with one thing,
right, they want to label you.
They label you, and it's everybody. I don't care who the fuck you are. You agree with something conservative, and you agree
Cannabis
with something
heals.
liberal. I don't give a fuck who you are.
I just can't
within
believe
this,
the
like,
richest
tribal
fucks could not
mindset where
find a
everything's
way that would
black
have been
and
a
white,
bigger
what they
statement
do is
than
they
shipping
get,
them back to
votes
Florida,
by
so
making
now they're on an
everybody
Air
a
Force base.
felon, and they're abusing it for votes. But if you're actually going to be like a real person, you're going to be both. I mean, Chris Rock had that great joke. There's something I'm conservative about, something I'm liberal about, whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's every human being.
Every human being. Except really crazy people that are just ideologically captured.
Grifting.
Yeah, well, there's grifters, but there's also people that are just in a fucking cult, you know, and those are the people that wanted to burn Christians. Those are the people that...
I just can't believe the richest fucks could not find a way that would been a bigger statement than shipping them back to Florida. So now they're on a Air Force base. So you're telling me the migrants are back in Florida now? I didn't know this.
Cannabis heals.
How far does that cult go? That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right. And you wanted them to spend their money and magically make personnel, materials and facility just magically appear for these 50 people that were sitting and waiting. Right? Is that what you wanted them to do with their money? Cannabis heals? In this town of 17,000? Smaller fucking... I thought I lived in a small town, bro. There's more people that lived in my fucking town back in California. That's a tiny town, 17,000. That's tiny.
Billy Ballantyne. I'll take a few migrants. They can teach me a few things. My salsa sucks and I don't know how to tango.
I need a bong hit. Cheers. Call this one
Yes.
bottom of the hour. Oh, cheers, Suber.
Oh. Let that start right now. Where does it end?
Right.
Like if they're the bad guys and they're awful and they're Nazis, and they're
Kill
the,
them. Yeah, I mean that's what people have done throughout time. They've othered.
Billy
they
Ballantyne.
dehumanize.
Yeah, they dehumanize.
And once you're not human, you
1,000
can do
migrants
anything to that
means there's
person.
some Latin
Right,
women in
right.
there.
You could burn witches.
Bring them
It's
the
a
fuck
witch.
off.
You could harass them. You
Yeah.
can harass their families.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay because
Yeah.
they disagree with you and they agree with something
Exactly.
quote unquote evil.
Exactly.
When you might agree with something that your side also thinks is evil.
Right.
But you're not willing to admit it because you're scared.
Right. They'll whisper it to you.
Exactly.
I'm with you on
And
this one.
we meet all these people. Like I
Mhm.
talk to these, sometimes these motherfuckers from like super liberal organizations will like DM me and I'll ask them about it.
Yeah.
And they're honest in the DMs. And I'm like, you fucking phony.
Yeah.
You fucking phony,
Yeah.
dude. It's a grift. That's where I think it's a grift. I think
it's more of a cowardice than a grift.
Yeah.
With a lot of folks, they're just scared of encountering the wrath of the cult.
You just got to be careful that when you have the wrath of the cult, that you don't
The wrath of the cult. It sounds like the
ease
wrath
into
of
the
Khan.
comfort of the side that supports you.
Right.
Because you'll feel their wrath the second you move away from them.
Right.
You're a man on an island, and it's hard to be on an island because now both sides can be upset at you.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's the trickiest thing. When you feel like the total wrath of the opposition, it's hard to be like, but they do have a point about these certain things.
You got to do that, though.
You have to, or else you just become the same
You
fraud that
become
you
them.
hate.
Yeah. you
When are they going to
become
talk
them.
about woke
I don't-
Billy
culture?
Ballantyne.
I don't subscribe to that.
They like to say
I think
wrath.
to
you
say
have
wrath.
always say what you actually think.
Look at
about
Joe
things
Rogan.
and look
Hair's
at them
growing in a little bit.
objectively
That's
as
funny.
you can. You know, and sometimes we're gonna
He needs to
fail
shave.
at that because we're gonna be.
He's
in
got
the
some
moment,
stubble.
You're gonna be overwhelmed or captured or trapped in your thoughts. But at the end of the day, we all want similar things. We all want a peaceful society where your children and your family and your friends can prosper, and you want people to have the freedom to live the way they choose.
Okay.
The problem is when people start infringing on other people's freedoms.
Yeah.
That's what drives me crazy. That's what's driving me crazy about this gay marriage thing, and that's what's driving me crazy about this abortion thing. It's like, who are you to fucking tell people what they can and can't do? Like, it's just
That's fair. Okay. What is this? How is this anti-woke culture yet? Okay, we're at 3 minutes. We still got 4 minutes left.
it's not what benefits us as a culture. What benefits as a culture is trying to see how the other people see and feel and find common ground.
You don't even have to agree, but like a lack of rigidity. Like I think most human beings, right? I don't care how liberal you are. Most human beings who have had a kid will say at a certain point in time in the belly, it's a human.
Yes.
9 months.
Right. It's a fucking human.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so we agree at a certain point it's a human. Then we can back up from then when the right or wrong or when somebody's right it is to terminate that thing. 1 week, okay, who knows?
Yeah.
But we to look at someone and go 9 months, you should be able to do. That's a little much, I think, for
It's
most people, if you're
crazy.
being honest.
Right.
1 week, what we don't even know if it's going to come to term. I think 25% of I think women that are pregnant end up having miscarriages. Some of them don't even know it because they think it might be their period. Like, it's a very common thing that happens. So if we just had a little bit more like elasticity, and we could just be like, hey, I agree there's a point in time where, yeah, it definitely is a life, and that'd be a little bit too much.
Right.
8 months that's a lot.
Well,
a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks is like
Like-
what, we got like 30 cells.
Yeah.
What is it? It's like one of those really complicated and messy human dilemmas. And that's what abortion is.
Yeah.
It's there's no I mean, some people are like at the moment of conception. And I think most of those people, that's a religious notion.
And that's okay too. I'll go, okay, I understand where you're coming from for that perspective because you believe in that. And that's okay. And I understand why you feel that way.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. And then I'll go, but what about these horrible circumstances? Wouldn't you feel like it might be okay in these horrible circumstances? And then if they could just remove themselves from the group for a second and be like, okay, maybe in those, I'm not saying I'm giving you permission. Ultimately, it's God who gives you permission, but I see why someone would want to.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel like you're calling someone an asshole and a murderer every fucking 2 seconds.
Right.
You can't have a conversation with someone who goes, you're a murderer.
But then you have people that like show up at these rallies and like brag about how many abortions they've had.
That's
and,
the
like,
extreme that we're
that's the
talking about.
extreme.
It's just like,
and that drives
you're
people.
proud of that?
It polarizes people in the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know, there's a funny clip, not funny, but it's very telling, from Joe Biden, and it's from like the 1980s, where he said abortion should be legal and it should be rare. And you know, and that it's always tragic, but it should be rare. And it's, you know, it's very interesting because it's such a nuanced
Brown.
perspective.
Who's
in
Joe have on
comparison
the
to
show?
The way he talks about it now, and just the party.
I don't know.
Like the party has a line. Like someone told me this of Elizabeth Warren, that what she does is she has interns that search on Twitter for how people think about things,
And then she just
and then
takes that as
that's
a
what she runs with. That's what she talks about. I don't know if that's true, but I knew if you want to say like cynically about certain politicians, for sure they do.
Billy
that.
Ballantyne.
There's certain politicians that don't.
It's so hard
they
to
don't
listen to
give
someone
you
that's
any
smoking
feeling
tobacco.
whatsoever of
If they think that's okay,
sincerity and
they
of
have a
being
questionable
real human
intellect.
being. They
The
seem
period
like
comment
they're
proved
just
that.
poll machines. You know, and
It's
that's
a job.
And that's what scares people if you're talking about people's rights.
Mhm.
If you're talking about a woman's right to choose, if you're talking about a gay person's right to be married, it's like to have people they have these rigid pole-oriented perspectives on this, where I'm on the right-wing party, so I am going to say this.
Dude, the name of the title of this video was Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz Expose Woke Culture. What? We just watched the entire video and there was none of that. That was silly and stupid. All right, you guys, whatever. Fucking clickbait, motherfucker. Love you guys. Take care. Thanks for watching my show. I will see you guys on the next one. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Nick Brown.